Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. As we have spring practice happening with college football, and we have specifically the Florida State players having spring practice, I know I said that there's a chance DJ Uiagalelei, I'm the first guy that actually said he has a chance to do something special with Florida State because Mike Norvell has developed some players that might have been pretty good, okay, in the transfer portal. Now they're becoming first-round picks or even second-round picks, making millions of dollars, and obviously contributing to arguably one of Florida State's best defenses in a long time, in the last decade. Might have been better than the 2013 defense for the national championship, but that's besides the point. I still don't feel confident with DJ winning Florida State at a national championship, let alone going undefeated, and I'll tell you why. I've watched him play since the COVID year, and I did pick Notre Dame to beat Florida State this year because their game is at Notre Dame. And here's the thing. DJ has lost twice to Notre Dame. He lost to them in the COVID year, and he lost to them in 2022. Both games were at Notre Dame. Now, I know that the 2020 game wasn't really his fault. He wasn't even supposed to be the starter. He really played pretty good for the most part. Actually, I don't think he had any turnovers or anything major. And Clemson had a lot of players out, including Trevor Lawrence, which is why he got a chance to play. But in games that he's lost, whether it's Oregon State or Clemson, it's the same thing. Big stage against a really good football team, a great football team. When he lost, and even sometimes teams like Notre Dame in 2022, and even South Carolina, they weren't better teams than Clemson in 2022. But they lost because, and you almost lost to Syracuse that same year in 2022, but that's besides the point. He has struggled in big-time situations. He either throws incompletions or he throws interceptions. That scares me as a Florida State fan, which tells me when Florida State's playing another elite football team or another great football team, however you want to say it in college football nowadays, he's probably going to keep doing that. And that's not something you could change with coaching. Now, with Jordan Travis, I did back him up a lot. Even heading into 2022, he did have good moments, but he still would turn the ball over. You guys got to understand, Jordan Travis didn't have anybody else to really develop him. He did have Bobby Petrino, but he was never the guy at Louisville. And then he had Willie Taggart in 2019. Didn't really get to play much. And then he really only had 2 years where he was the guy under Mike Norvell. And obviously, Mike Norvell was probably the best thing that ever could have happened to him because of how he turned out to be, right? And he has a chance to do great in the NFL. I think he will, whoever picks him up. But with DJ, he's had Dabo Swinney, a two-time national championship coach, work with him, develop him. It obviously didn't work out very well for him, unfortunately. He went to Oregon State, same story. Okay? So that tells me, unless Florida State becomes a run-heavy team with DJ heavily involved in the running game, and if they do that, Florida State should be fine. And I think that's what Florida State's offense will be, a run-heavy team. But if the game is put on DJ's shoulders late in the game, he's probably not going to win the game. And look, he beat on my Seminoles already twice, so I don't have a reason to care for him too much, but I'm being honest here. I mean, look, if you look throughout my channel, one thing you can say about me is, yeah, his quality isn't great, his video quality, but if you look at all my predictions, all the things I talked about with all the athletes, more than half the time I've been right. So I'm telling you right now, for 2024's football season for Florida State, he's going to cost them at least one game, if not two. Because the second game I've talked about was Miami, and that is a big possibility. And the only reason I'm not guaranteeing that a loss is because Crystal Ball has proven he's not a great coach. He's a great recruiter, but he has costed his teams games at Oregon and at Miami. You don't believe me? Ask him why his team doesn't take a knee late in the game. But that's besides the point. And I'm not even trolling anybody in this video. I don't trust DJ Uiagalelei to win a national championship for Florida State, to go undefeated or any of that. I do think they'll win most of their games. They should win at least 10 games. But saying that they're going to beat everybody and win it all? No, probably not.